The Pentagon was so desperate to smear China during the COVID-19 pandemic that they ran a covert anti-vaccine campaign overseas to stop them from using a Chinese vaccine to protect themselves against potential death. You know, I had to read this a couple of times to think that the Pentagon was capable of doing this. And at the heart of it is they were telling. It moved into Southeast Asia, moved all over the place. And what they were doing with Muslims is saying this has a pig element to it. We're using pig fluid in this. And of course, the Muslim, if you're Muslim, you can't have anything to do with that. You know, you have to say, well, I can't let you inject me with anything that comes from a pig. It's called haram, I think is the term. It's something we can't do. But the CIA planned this. This was in their mind, this is a really good idea to get back at China, right?
Yeah, they have this, it's basically a psychological warfare center that's actually located down in Tampa, Florida. That's where they cook up all of these crazy ideas.
Air Force Base.
Yeah, and so what they did during COVID was they said, okay, we're going to create these fake social media accounts and pretend that we're just average citizens from the Philippines.
Yeah.
So we're going to go out there, we're going to use the hashtag, China virus, don't trust China, things like that. And that's what they did. And it actually had a huge, profound effect because what they were worried about was, hey, China's getting some influence in the Philippines. Let's just make them look bad.
Yeah,
now, at the same time, though, China also used their psychological warfare to try to say that, no, the U.S. created COVID-19 in a lab at a military base in Texas. Yeah. So it's this weird, this story is almost too weird for a movie.
I know. Okay, so the idea is we don't really care how many tens of thousands of people die from COVID. We don't really care. All we want to do is send the message that China is bad for the Philippines. China is bad for other parts of Southeast Asia. We're the United States. We're Pfizer. We make better vaccines. Whatever you do, don't use this pig. That's what they were saying, the pig fluid that they had in the vaccine as an adjunct, I suppose. So, but you know what? I went back and I was reading this. I said, God, what are these people capable of? Well, short list: 1953, coup in Iran, where they democratically elected leader. Well, they kill that person and put in their person because they want to preserve oil for Exxon. 1961, Bay of Pigs. Okay, Castro takes over, U.S. gets involved, and we got to go kill Castro, and it was a disaster. And we've never been able to really take Cuba and bring it into as an ally with us at all. 1965, assassination in the Congo of the prime minister to replace him with the people we wanted in power because they were better for us on minerals. Our companies could go buy minerals. 1970s, the chaos around that they created for people who were against they were standing up against the Vietnam War, and they said we have to do something about it. So what they went out is created chaos with journalists, with students, mass chaos, planting people in there. Accusing people of planting bombs, all types of ugly stuff. 1973, Allende in Chile. Yeah. They kill Allende, put Pinochet, that was a great idea, right? Put Pinochet in power for the oil companies. 1980s, Nicaragua, okay? They get involved in Nicaragua. Remember the cocaine where they're actually raising money for the war by the sale of cocaine? So it's the Sandinistas that they're trying to hold down. And I don't know, this goes on and on. I mean, I could go we could spend half an hour just talking about this stuff. But so what do we do? What do we do? Did the Frank Church hearings help at all? Talk about that a little bit.
I think at this point, we've got generations of people, not just a generation, who have no idea what any of that uncovered. All of this malfeasance from the CIA, from the FBI, spying on Americans, being a part of your everyday life without you even knowing it. They have all your info. And at the time, obviously, everybody, oh, this is horrible. This is the worst thing we could imagine, but no reforms.
Yeah,
no reforms at all.
Frank Church hearings were so severe. They brought the CIA and said, you tried to kill, you had a plot to kill journalists. You had engaged in actually spying on legislators in the Senate and the House. You were bugging them. You're tapping their phones. You're putting bugs in their office to figure out what they're talking about. You were so involved with the American democratic process that we had to have the special hearing, and we had to bring you to task and say, at least make it public. But you have an entire generation knows nothing about the Frank Church hearings. This list that I just read, there's no reason that they would know about it. This is the stuff that Howard Zinn would talk about. They don't even teach this in history class. They don't talk about the CIA. But this thing in China, Jesus Christ, I mean, willing to kill thousands of people so they can say China's the bad guy.
Right.
By telling them don't use Chinese vaccines because it'll either kill you, make you sick, or, oh, by the way, it has pig material in it.
Well, and they went even further too, and they said don't use masks. Don't use your face mask made in China. Don't use the medical equipment, the respirators made in China.
Really? Now, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so they were really trying to tell everybody in Southeast Asia, don't trust anything from China. And to a degree, it definitely worked. And again, this was all cooked up down there, Tampa, Florida. And they say it stopped, about during the first year of the Biden administration when people got wind of it. But had that not happened, this would still be going on. And I guarantee you, to some degree, in some way, this is still happening.
Well, this was a Trump-Biden. I mean, it's Trump and it was Biden.
Yeah.
I mean, this happened during that period of time. And then you've got General Dynamics. Apparently, they're the smart guys behind all this, And they won a almost $500 million contract to continue this kind of clandestine acting down, I guess all over Southeast Asia. What an ugly story.